Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. At least you know how it feels when I'm there.
I'm glad now. I can feel that I'm talking to inspired leaders. Okay. I'm so excited. I'm sure you can hear that. To be here this evening and to be privileged to have this opportunity to welcome our guest speaker for tonight, Ms. Lungi Moko. A warm welcome to you, ma'am. It's great to have you in our honors class. We're waiting. As you can see, we're all excited. I'm just going to give you a profile for Ms. Lungi Moko. She is a managing executive for Tika Projects Management, CC, established in 2009. She comes with 15 years of experience in the construction industry. She is a registered professional construction project manager in terms of Section 19A of the South African Council of Projects and Construction Management Profession. She obtained a National Diploma in Building from the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University in 2001 and a BTech in Construction Management from the Tshwane University of Technology in 2003. She obtained a certificate in Practical Project Management at the Rhodes University in 2003, as well as in mentoring for emerging contractors from the University of Free State in 2004. She holds a degree in Bachelor of Arts, a higher diploma in education, as well as a Bachelor of Arts honors in psychology from the University of Fort Hare in 1991 and 1992, respectively. So she is a product of this university. Lungi worked for a construction company for 5 years as an executive manager, projects and contract administration, after which she realized her strength and aspiration in the industry. She went on a journey to pursue the career of a professional construction project manager. The experience she has gained in being a construction project manager, technical advisor, contract manager, contract mentor in enterprise development, as well as running a project management consultancy, has enhanced her qualification and expertise, especially in strategic leadership, management of multi-million rand projects, leading multidisciplinary professional teams, financial analysis, interpersonal organizational skills, and has also given her an opportunity to work actively with state-owned enterprises, public and private clients, suppliers, and customers at all levels. The industrial experience of working for a construction company and a consulting firm has given her an opportunity to work closer with building contractors and communities, and has provided her with a broad understanding of the community development as well as the improved economic and social conditions. She is passionate about her profession in the built environment, even though she's a woman, women's development and entrepreneurship. She would like to be remembered, take note, as a woman who draws strength from God and trusts Him entirely with her life. A mother of 2 wonderful boys whom she adores and loves unconditionally. And a woman of integrity who likes to encourage and inspire others to defy the odds towards a fulfilling life. Hence, being here tonight to share with us her experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to present to you Ms. Lungi Moko.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening.
Evening.
How long are you waiting to have your own business card? How much time do you have?
Give me mine right now.
Good. Yes. Because that's your identity. Hey?
Yes.
When you meet someone, they want your business card. They don't ask for your student card or for your ID. Okay? Point of identity. Okay? Good. Good morning.
Evening.
rain?
Yes. I just got out of bed because it has been raining. So that's the advantage of working for yourself. You regulate your time, you put in energy as much you can, and you get as much as you put in, you do more. Hey, all right. I love you all. Hey, you're beautiful. I want to see your teeth. Smile. Yeah. All right. I was once 22 years old when I was doing my honors degree, but only in the Fort Hare campus in Alice. I am into professionalizing my speaking, so I do record my speeches to learn from what I've been doing, my gestures, and how I present the matter to you guys. Okay. All right. Without further ado, we put some woman in that introduction. Okay. I'm a Tanzania girl. I'm 46 years old. I studied in Kululeko. Who's from Tanzania here? I studied in Kululeko in year 1. I studied at Zwelihle, that is N2 next to the stadium, Sisa Dukashe. Who's been there? Great. I stayed right behind the stadium. I used to walk to the stadium, then to school. Okay, so I'm a Tanzania girl who has just evolved to be a professional, and we can all do it. You are here because you want to be someone in life, isn't it? Sure. You have sacrificed your beds because everyone is in bed now. They're watching TV, they're having their SAMs and fat cakes and everything, watching TV. But because you have a vision, then you are here. Okay? So let's use that time, because if you come here and you think about your boyfriend or the airtime that you don't have, or the boring lecturer, or you're not gonna, you would have wasted your time. You would have rather have stayed in bed. So get into the thingy, let's be in it, and make the best out of it. Okay. My name is Lungi. As I said, I'm from Tanzania. I studied my lower education in Tanzania, and then I did my high school in Panduwazi in Alice, and then I furthered my education to Fort Hare. The rest, we will talk about it, the other qualifications later. I'm passionate about young people, especially young women. I'm brought up by a single mother, and she took me to school up to honors degree. She was working at Johnson & Johnson. She was just an operator, pushing the baby oils and the baby soaps, but she brought me up. She used to come back from work around about 10:10 in the evening, and I would have to make tea for her. It didn't matter because she was coming back from work. And I could be where I am today, drive a Mercedes, be able to speak English because of her. When she got me, she was a very young lady. She had not intended to have a baby. And most of us have experienced that. If it's not you, it's your friend or it's your family. And what I'm trying to say is, there's more to that. Women must stop, we must chin up, stomach in, and face the world. Okay. I'm not feeling you.
We have. We feeling you though.
I'm not feeling you guys. I'm not feeling you. I'm not feeling you. I'm not feeling you. Look, I don't even have a presentation. I'm talking from my heart.
You can see that.
Okay. Because I'm here to interact with you. I'm here to put on some life. I'm here to give you the urge. Probably the DPs are not looking good. So, yes, I've studied for the better part of my life, and I've got 2 teenagers, grade 11 and 12. So I'm studying. So probably the DPs are not good, or probably you don't like the subject, or you know what? There's more to not liking the subject or the lecture. There's the goal.
Yeah.
You know, my philosophy, everything that you do, you start and you do it with the end in mind. If you don't have that, you will give up. Okay? Anything that you do it, you have the end in mind. Ladies, probably you'll identify with this. We're always on diet, Mostina. And then there's this fruit called grapefruit. You know about it, guys? Yes. You know that fruit, Mos. It's so ugly, you know. And every time my helper or at work, they put it on my desk, I say, you are so ugly, but I'm looking beyond your ugliness. Because I'm looking for that flat tummy. Okay? So you don't go through soft sponges to get to glory. And if you are not prepared to do that, you're going to crumble and you're not going to make it. Okay. I've been asked by your lecturer, Willie, to speak about leadership. Leadership is not for everyone, but it's for everyone. You don't just become a leader tomorrow. Some leaders are born, some leaders are made. Is it? Sure. Who thinks is a leader here? Oops.
I don't think I know I'm a leader.
Okay. Can I see those hands?
Right here.
No. You see your parents' money. Okay. So those who do not have their hands up, what are they thinking about themselves? There's nothing wrong, because if we're all leaders, then there's nothing to lead. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but I'm sure you're not a follower if you are not a leader. Those who haven't had their hands up, let's believe that they are not followers, as long as they are not leaders. You are followers.
In some instances, you get to be a follower to that.
Okay, but where do you want to be?
For me, I have a vision to kind of like support the community that I come from, and there is a lot of possibility of horticultural projects, and I believe for the sake of the community, I want to start a non-profit making community servicing project where it can help young students who are attending high school and primary school through them having to participate in agricultural activities like growing crops. So there isn't much effective rainfall. So I intend to drill a irrigation scheme, a bore, then use it for irrigation schemes to kind of like.
Is that a follower?
That's a leader.
Okay. What have you just told us? I think you get told that it's a vision. Leaders are visionaries. Okay. Who else didn't have their hand up? You're scared now. Okay. All right. So we are leaders in the making. Okay. All right. If you miss anything, this one I don't want you to miss it, because in fact, leadership is across everything. But this is something that I always say that I live by for young ladies and young men that come to my attention at work or wherever. For your career advancement, for your life, there are three things that one has to have. It's knowledge, it's skill, and attitude. Those three aspects, if you are in this room and you are a visionary and you will be a professor, a business person, a government director general, You have to have knowledge, you've got to have a skill, you've got to have an attitude. And things are not going okay. I'm not sure, let's say you do go probably to Home Affairs or just thinking of a government institution that you go into, where you find that this person doesn't even know what you are looking for, they just have an attitude, they don't even want to open their mouth. So what is it that you're going to get? Nothing. You're just going to get someone who's bitter, coming from home with their problems, coming with them to work, and then pushing them to the customers. That's a bad attitude. Now, when I say these three aspects, they go together. If in the event of one not being there, because there is an ideal situation and a realistic situation. Ideally, one must have knowledge, must have skill, and they must have an attitude. But I'm going to ask you now, if for some reason there is one aspect that is missing, or let me put it this way, there is one aspect out of these three that must always be there. Which one and why? This is not a lecture, we are chatting here.
Attitude.
Why?
I would say attitude. I think if you've got a positive attitude, if the person that you're addressing can see that you're not knowledgeable, but you've got a positive attitude, like the example that you've just given, that person will have a positive attitude to help, even though they don't have the knowledge. They obviously, because of their attitude, they will seek, assistance elsewhere because they've got a positive attitude with the problem at hand or with the client that they're trying to assist.
Okay. Is there anyone who has something different? I see your hand. I'd like to hear somebody else saying something.
Who?
You.
Oh, no. I was...
Yes.
What? Oh, I was scratching my...
Now just say something to us.
Really? But I think it's knowledge, because knowledge is power, and from knowledge, that's where you would attain skill. And from the skill that you have, from the knowledge that you've entailed or received, you would have this attitude, because if you're asking me something that I know, I am going to have a smile on my face because I know what I'm talking about. For an example, if you are selling, you're doing promotions, Angela, and you know your product from A, B, and C, and D. You can stand in the tip of a mountain and you can talk from way deep and within because you know what you're talking about. But now if you don't know what you're talking about, then you are going to be shallow. Like as Africans, when you're asked something, for an example, and you don't know what you're talking about, you start to go in a nutshell because you lose confidence in yourself because you don't know what you're talking about. So I think it's knowledge.
Okay, so we have someone who's saying we have to make sure that we have attitude. Okay, if we don't have attitude, then your knowledge and skill are not working for you. And somebody else is saying if you don't have knowledge, it's fine. It's not fine. It's a problem if you don't have knowledge. That's what she's saying. And what's your name again?
Anna.
Anna was saying we have a problem if you don't have the right attitude. And Kanya is saying if you don't know what we are talking about, we have a problem. Yes, ma'am.
You can be the best doctor in the world, but if you're better, no one will come to you with all the knowledge.
Yes.
So,
in that triangle, knowledge, we are here to get it. Skill is honed through your knowledge. Still, you can start by having a skill, like our parents and brothers. They get into the jobs, they learn, and they know, they end up having a skill. And what they do, they get capacitated whilst in the job and get the knowledge. you see. But now with attitude, decision that you make with yourself, that I want to have a good attitude. So if you have the knowledge, you know your product, I know my area of expertise, and I have the skill, and I come here and I don't speak Vernac, and there's nothing that, you won't even hear what I'm talking about. So, your attitude towards your work, your attitude when you come to class, the attitude that you have towards your success, the attitude that you have with your siblings or your family and the community. It helps you, because if you are in the positive, you get strength. The strength is the most important thing. You have to have that attitude. If you don't have it, something that you have to work towards. So with the skill, if you start by having a skill, there's no problem, because we can always educate you. And then when you leave this university, you will still need now to nurture the skill through the knowledge. But no one will be able to nurture you if you don't have a good attitude, even if you pass with distinctions. But if you come there and you are full of yourself or whatever, you will never get anywhere, because no one wants to be with you because of the energy, the negative energy that you give. So it's important that you are aware that I'm here today and I'm in this lecture, and I need to give my lecturer good energy so that he also gives me good energy. We need that. We need to make a conscious decision. I'm sorry, that I'm taking on my positive attitude with me, wherever you go. Sorry, some of you are married, or some of you are going to get married, women. When you pack that bag, when they take you to your in-laws, the first thing that you need to pack in your bag, what is it? It's the attitude. When you go to your in-laws, you can pack the prints and the whatever and the blankets, but if you don't put in that attitude, you won't make it. When we just come back from Umlazi, you were just landing behind us because you couldn't stand them. You know what I'm saying? So you bring your attitude with you, like your cell phone, like your ID. It's what makes you. It's what makes you to be able to take the punch when somebody's not treating you well. Then you say, oh, maybe they had a bad day. You leave. You don't talk back to them. Okay, all right. So that will carry us a long way. We are safe here because we have knowledge. And the next step is to hone the skill, but we need to bring that attitude with us. Okay, all right. So I'm talking about things that you know. Leadership, I guess there's a lot that is being taught about that in your lectures. But I would like to bring some perspective to it. We understand that leadership, or the action to lead, there's someone in front who's guiding or who's directing a group of people towards a goal. There's three things. Now, if you do that, the person who is leading needs to have certain things to be able to pull this group and get to that goal. You are a visionary. What's your name, my friend? Your name? Darlington. You have a vision, Darlington. It's huge. But if you are leading that vision and the people are sitting there, you will pull and not get there, because there is no relationship with the people that are working with you, in fact, not even following you. So there has to be some skills that the leader has so that they can be able to lead this group, and for this group to want to be led, because people don't want to be led. So you have to work towards these people to want to be led and want to get to this goal and be enthusiastic and own the goal. So you've got a mammoth task. Hence I said it's not everyone who's a leader, but everyone is a leader. It's decisions that we make, like the one of the attitude. So there are a lot of competencies and skills that people will list or in your books. the communication skills, the interpersonal skills, writing skills, and so on and so on. But I would concentrate on 5 competencies/skills for a leader, and not just a leader, but for a strategic leader. I'm of the understanding that you are studying about strategy. Strategy is a direction where we want to be in a long term. So that strategy will be discussed, and it has to be effected. And who's going to effect that? There has to be someone leading. But you can't just lead having not understanding where the goal is, where the organization wants to be. So if you are the leader, you understand where we want to be, you have an understanding of the strategy. But as I said, you're leading a group of people. Let's say you were a leader here. It's not easy to lead people, especially today. There's rights. Even my children, it's not like a yes and a no. So you gotta have skills that you consciously develop and want to develop to be able to lead this group. It might not be at work. Let's not take it as far as that. You are here. You are having an NDA function farewell. There will be a leader. There will be supporting members. And you call people, they don't have airtime, or they didn't see the message from the group. And because you are the leader, you find yourself having to make sure, you don't say she has not responded, but you have to make sure that this party is going to be successful, everyone is putting in their contribution, responsibilities are shared, and so on and so on. It's quite daunting, because the other person, I remember when we had a third year end year function, there were things like, we're going to raise money to buy t-shirts. These t-shirts will have a logo, or I think they were going to be subsidized, I can't remember, but it was like SUP or something had to do with alcohol, without her offending anyone here. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not getting into that, I'm out of the party.
Oh Lord, you did you?
You just have that one person, and you don't realize how influential those people are, eh? That one person, if they like you or whatever, you get one person, Lungi, who doesn't want anything that has to do with alcohol. And in fact, there were other ones. Now they are bold because Lungi has come up. And you have to convince Lungi, because Lungi is pulling a lot of people with her, and she's causing commotion. And this thing is not moving. Okay, you convince Lungi, or we say, okay, it's fine, let's have something that's gonna accommodate everyone. And then, I don't like the color of the t-shirt. Do you understand? So, when you lead people, you have to be tenacious. You have to be able to take the bullet. And the thing of giving up, of resigning, it's not on. Otherwise, go and sit at home, don't waste your parents' money. You have to be tenacious when you are a strategic leader. That's one competency. You're gonna meet challenges, and you might not have solutions. You might not have anyone who's going to be able to help you, but if you are a leader, you have to be tenacious. It's going to get out there. Some people have taken 7 years for a 3-year degree, but whatever was holding them up, they got it anyway. So tenacity is very, very important. In life, you will have all the time the ocean coming against you. All the time. Don't ever think that we're going to be here. We're not swimming the same way. No. The ocean is always coming against you. And you don't revert back. You go on. You defy that ocean. It's always there. Okay, right. Emotional intelligence. I might be talking about things that you've got from your lecturers. You know, when a leader lacks emotional intelligence, all goes loose. Because, I'll give you an example. I had 8 young ladies that were working for me and 2 young men. And there was this one who was, you know, all of a sudden so moody, so not to eat, and this and that. And then after 4 or 5 months, like round about July, she said to me she's pregnant. And that's why she's been so moody. And she's caused havoc in the whole office. Now, I can't reach out to her if she doesn't tell me that she's pregnant. Because I'm saying to her, if you let me know, if you're not ready to tell everybody, but I'm the person that needs to know. Because how you deliver is going to be affected by your pregnancy. I know I'm a woman, there's a period of 3 months, maybe you just don't like me, I'm the person that you don't like, but if you tell me, then things get different, because now you are not delivering, you are not meeting your deadlines. You are building tension that you can cut with the scissors in the office. So when you're a leader, you must be able to tap into those issues. You must be able to come at an emotional level to achieve your goal. You don't want to get into their details, but it's enough to know that my husband is not sleeping at home and I'm very frustrated. That's enough. And it's no secret, because it's an open secret because of the way you are. So you have now to have that, because they won't tell you that they have those challenges. Now you have to be all the time awake and know what each member's capacity is. And so that you can be able to notice now that, you know what, she's lagging behind or he's lagging behind. You need to know, understand what are the capacities of your group. For example, I had a gentleman who was working with us. I think he was working for a contractor for a construction company. And then I got him from a friend. He started working for us. He's a very good gentleman. He's willing to work. He does everything, and he's on top of his work. And then, you know, he's basically the business support. He's the one who will go to the briefings, go and collect the tender documents, this and that, but he's working more with the stakeholders outside the office. And I quickly noticed that if I make him stay in the office for 2 days, I'm killing him. We are running a consultancy. So I want him to prepare his reports, but if I ask him to do that, I'm killing him for the whole week, because he can't sit on the desk for that long. Where he performs is when he is outside. He would like to carry the Jega diary, and he also had an ANC bag, and he would tell me that when I get into this office, I just put my diary in my ANC bag and I put my keys.
Yes, ma'am.
And I talk.
Yes.
That's the attitude that he had, and he had a skill, but he didn't have the knowledge of what we were offering. But he worked so well for us. Now you ask that guy to sit in the office and prepare a report. Yo, you're killing him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's emotional intelligence. It's got nothing to do with the technical or the stuff that you learn in school. So your team might be lagging because you are not noticing, you are not opening your eyes, you are concentrating on the goal. And the reason why, it's on yourself. It's not on the team. When you are the leader, you concentrate on the team, because they are the part that make the goal. They are the part that make the goal. So it's tenacity, it's emotional intelligence. It's, what else did I have? Area of expertise. You have to be an expert in the area that you're leading. You can't just lead. from the top of your head. Because now your husband has a business and then you want to be a manager. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Willie, I did not intend to offend your students.
No problem.
But you understand what I'm saying? My friend, I don't know your situation, but we women, we like power. We like power, we women. And if your husband, you ask all women who are working in their husband's businesses, they are in charge of the finances. And they hell know nothing about finance. I'm just saying. Area of expertise. That's the third competence. But remember what we said. What did we say? In your career, you must have knowledge, you must have skills, you must have attitude. So she doesn't have the finance, knowledge, but I'm just saying, then what can we do with her? We capacitate her. Because she's got the skill. She's doing it. The business is flourishing and she's got a good attitude. So the knowledge, we take her to a course and then that's it. Okay? Right. You have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, there is nothing that's going to move. Let me share when I get Mr. Willie, I get carried away. Let me share an example with you about the area of expertise. I once had a salon. I'm 46 years old, by the way, so I've traveled a lot. I had a hair salon. I was working with my husband and I wanted to have something of my own. Now I was looking for some independence. You know, when you work for your husband, he will take his own time to pay you because, you know, you didn't give him whatever he wanted. All things, we're all adults. Mr. Willie, so we are here. I'm just saying. Am I alright? Yeah. That's the right note. So I was in this situation, you know, I was looking for something that wouldn't disturb my responsibilities in the business, but still make money, you know. Okay. I know nothing about hair. And I'm a lady. I won't touch people's hair. Now, you know the black people, they go to the salon, they ask for you, who can you get? Oh, hi, 7 million boy. Is she here? No, I'll come back when she's here. That's how black businesses go. They coming to you. And I just couldn't sit at the hair salon even during weekends. I just couldn't. I couldn't even wash hair, I couldn't even do plaits, I couldn't do a thing. I couldn't even measure if this, what is this? The products were taking the time that they're supposed. I didn't even know how much they cost. I didn't even know how to put on the prices.
Oh my.
And I had a business. It was so beautiful. Oh, it was the top. But the leader? Now, when you don't have the expertise, you rely on other people. And when you rely on other people, think of it. What happens? I had so many days when the salon was closed, door was closed because the stylist was not there. But when you've got the expertise, what do? You roll up, you get into it. Once you're looking for someone to do the thing for you. Okay. So that's very important. With tender, people take chances. One wants to be a tender, but you got to know your story. Okay. And the most one close to my heart is project management skills. Project management skills, they encompass a management of human resources, your time, the finance. You have to be able to manage projects with all those areas of knowledge. We'll talk about that later if it's not part of the course. That's close to my heart. And the last one. you must be politically inclined. Very, very important. Because if you have a strategy and you want to direct the organization, and business is run by politics, we can't help it. So I just got told that if you sit with Kanya at the coffee shop discussing umgalelo, well, what do you call it? Stokvel. Yes, you know, that's ladies' things mostly. So you are sitting in the market bin and you're checking who hasn't paid, when are we, you know? And if Kanya is a wife to MEC Kogoshiane, and MEC Kogoshiane is on the other side with Mr. Masaule, and Mr. Masaule is holding the business that I want. So it's already concluded that I am on the side of Kogoshiane. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Those are the things that I have learned. That's where my weakness is. But you're sitting there, you're drinking coffee, you're laughing, you're talking about your weight and this and that, and people are looking over your conversation. They say, oh, okay, that's why she's supposed to go here. You don't even know Mr. Kogoshiane. You only see him on TV. So now it means you must check who you are seeing with in public. Okay. It's not difficult as long as you know about it. What do? You capacitate yourself by bringing on a body who can do it, like my seer. All right. Well, there's areas of leadership. There's politics. People are leaders in politics. Government, church, religion, corporate, unions, you name it. But I guess today we are kind of speaking about corporate leadership. That's what I know. I'm running a project management consultancy specializing in construction. Now, once we say construction, people then think you are a building contractor. That's the first challenge. You have to explain that I am not a building contractor. I'm a professional. And the professionals that are known in the built environment are the quantity surveyor, the architect, the engineer. Now, there is evolvement, there is change, there is transformation. Now, women are involved now with other professionals in the built environment. That's transformation. Now, there's change because women are leading, because if you're a project manager, you lead that professional team. Now get a set of 10 men being led by a woman. Okay. That's the situation. And it's still gonna happen even if it's not construction. Because I've seen it, like I can count the number of men here, but as few as they are in leadership. So it's still going to be a battle. Now, this is where you pull now from the bank of your competences. Because you're going to have to use them to be able to work with this team towards the goal. Your leadership style, together with your competences, has to come in. We've talked about the triangle, the attitude, the skill, and the knowledge. We talked about the competences. We talked about what leadership is. Now, let's talk now about this kind of people that you are leading and the style that you are using to lead them. Remember, you're not just leading this, you're not sheep, this is not sheep. You are leading them, there's a measurement at the end. There's something that needs to be achieved. at a certain point in time. So you have to have milestones. You have to have cross-check, monitor, evaluate. Where are we? Why are we not moving? Where is the problem? If you lead and not look back, then we'll have a problem. But that is in life, in general, and in your career. We need that rear mirror. You see what that rear mirror is? It's not at your back, but it's called a rear mirror. But those who are driving, or just think about it, would you drive your car using a rear mirror? What do you do with the rear mirror? You check. That's what life is about. The experience that you've got. You don't live in that past, but you use the check balance going forward. The experience that you got from your team at school, or as an SRC member, or as a supervisor at Truett's, you use it for your advantage. You will need to work with your people. There's one show that there was something that I invented for myself. If you're gonna come and lead people that have been there, you have a problem. If you're gonna lead, you get appointed here, they're going to say, and then they get resistant. So you have to have a way, a tool of measuring if this team is with you. Because remember, you have to deliver. Now, if your leading style must help you, what do you think? I'm not sure if you've been there, but can we just engage a little bit regarding how do you think a leader should, what style, or how would you work, what environment would you work better in, and what kind of, how would you like to be led, or how would you lead your people? My lady?
Me?
Yes.
How would I lead my people?
Sorry?
Are you asking me how I would lead my people?
Yes. Or how would you like to be led?
I don't like to be led.
You have to be led to be able to lead.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't be a manager without having been managed.
Yeah.
We wake up the next day, we're managers, but we have never been managed.
Yeah.
As a result, you are rebellious. Yeah, but you have never had anyone who says, this is time in, this time out, these are the ethics. Now you want to be a manager. How are you going to manage people?
Well, firstly, I'll ensure that everyone's in the environment they're happy with and not, how can I say, feeling uncomfortable and not worthy of being there. And obviously I need to have good communication with them to ensure I understand how they are feeling. And there will be incentives to ensure that they are keen to actually achieve.
You would like an incentive in fact yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
To ensure that they are on track.
Okay.
What else? I'm trying to think now.
Okay. Oh, Tata, hi, can you school Can we hear from you, gentlemen? Think about we are important people to us. We cannot not respect you. Am I wrong, Mr. Wood?
No, it's true.
For me, I would consider democratic
sorry.
leadership.
In what way?
Whereby I'll take into consideration the ideas of my leaders.
Okay, you are open to discussion. Okay? How would you like to be led?
Well,
Or how would you lead us here in this room?
okay, I am currently leading
Okay.
construction
Okay.
as well. It's very difficult to Lungi in such a way that people look at you and say, I wonder how did you get that job? First of all, you get that kind of an attitude saying, I wonder, you know why you got that job actually. And you find that sometimes because I'm younger, it's difficult for people to follow. As such, you must just keep on going back and checking if you've got people following in any case, because at the end of the day, you've got reports that you must write to the people that are on top. I find it very hard and very difficult to lead, especially with the generation of the tablets, the cell phones, the chats, and all of that. It's very, very, very difficult leading.
Okay, so you are in a leading position.
I'm in a leading position.
So you want to leave this room being equipped on how to go and
exactly. How do I go back and
we have a task, guys, eh? Not my task. We have, she's our colleague. Okay, today you're gonna live with coping skills.
I would love it.
From all of us. Eh?
Stop it.
So she is in this position of leadership, but she's not coping. Okay? We need to be able, she has a leader. Her leader must be able to spot that and then capacitate or equip her. Okay? Who else would like to talk about leadership? Okay.
I think the best way to lead people is in the showing and being a boss, or showing that you're a leader. Sometimes your actions portray that I am the boss. So when you show that to people, people resent you. They don't want to hear what you say. They don't want to follow you. But sometimes the best way to lead people is being a servant leader. You become like them. You hear, because sometimes you can't hear what people are facing or why they don't meet their targets.
What's that? That's attitude. Okay?
So
that boss, the attitude it's. So you're going to find yourself in our discussions and you're going to go home with something.
Sorry, I have a question about your situation. Does the gender issue play a part?
It does. I'm leading men.
Okay, let's hold it right there. Hold it right there. Okay. You've got to be a servant kind of leader, not present a boss. That is the attitude. Okay? All right. Right. There are different styles of leaderships. She said democratic, charismatic, there's autocratic, there's influential, there's coaching, there's lobbying. From time to time, you will be using all of them, but in different portions according to a situation and the type of work that you're doing. But there is one that's out there, the one that you use most. But definitely, let's say you are using the democratic. You'll never reach your goal if you are only democratic.
True.
No. True.
And some people will think you don't know you don't have the skills.
You have to have parameters. Now, that autocratic will have to come in, but that attitude will help you. Because there has to be a point of saying, now I'm making a decision and it's our decision because we've discussed it. Otherwise, there's going to be a Lungi who doesn't want the SAP, there's going to be the one who don't like the color, they don't want to go to the zoo, they want to go to the ocean because we are democratic and we never get to do anything. So you choose a style that's going to make you achieve, that's going to massage people. Okay. Firstly, affiliative style. You include people. Remember, you have this vision. And these people don't have this vision. They are here to earn money and go home. They must pay their bills, they must do this and that. So this vision of yours and all this thing, we just want to get our salaries and go home. And then your business or your vision is not going to go because you can't pull it alone, unfortunately. So you got to come back and work with the people that you're working with. Now, how do you do that? This is where my, I still need to get the right word, Mr. I said when you lead people, you either find them there, or you are elected, or you have grown up with them and assumed that position. So there's going to be attitude, resistances, some will cheer you up, and so on and so on. Some wanted that same position, this and that. So I say, if I come in here and I see that I don't like the way these chairs are sitting. For example, I don't like them because I can't write there. These ones won't see. So I would say, another leader would say, let's change the chairs because we can't see. And then there's going to be something, but we can't fit in these chairs here. And come on, these guys must come and sit this side so that they can see. You know what I'm saying? Or you are saying, we don't wear, even if we wear casual on Friday, but please guys, let's not wear those jeans with holes and bangs out. You know. If you say you need to come to work presentably, everybody will learn by behavior. Behavior is number one. Look at children. Children become what their parents are. Or who they live with. Check this. If you call your son, Della, and then when you're being called by somebody else, they say, yeah. Then that's what he knows. You don't have to say to him. You must say, Mommy, no, what you're doing is enough. If you say to them, they must eat bubblegum, they're going to ask you, why are you eating bubblegum? So the behavior is the most important one. You can't be saying to people, everybody must come to work early, and people must file their work, and people see from you. It's automatic. So when you are a leader, you are an influential person. You use that influence correctly. So what I would do, if I was in this room and I'm a lecturer, I'm leading, I would take my desk and put it in the position where it will make you to want to move those desks. And you would say, I would actually arrive in this class with your desks facing the right position. I wouldn't say anything to anyone. I would put my desk here, and I would write my notes there, and we would teach, because that's the situation local that we found. And because we build a relationship, the attitude is nice, we're interested in the course, it doesn't just come along, okay? Then you believe in me. You also want my confidence, you know? You will find students or saying, please guys, don't talk while Mrs. Moko is talking. Please, you know, you talk to yourselves because you are being led nicely, kind of. That is, you are being considered. So mostly the one thing that you want to achieve is the one that you must do first. If you want people to answer the telephone in a manner that is respectful, have you found these organizations where someone will pick up the phone and say, good morning? Have you heard that? Good morning. You know? So, and you would like to know, Moses, I wanted to find out, is that the Department of... Don't laugh. That's how it is out there. Now, who do you blame? Leadership. They eat fat cakes in the offices, they make noise. You find them with files. Who do you blame? Leadership. Now, it goes back to the areas of expertise. Because if you know what you're doing here, then you have interest, and you just didn't come there. You didn't get put there. You didn't find yourself there. You've worked your way up there, and you've got an interest in this area, and you're an expert in it. And you've got those competencies to be a leader. Because remember, we are all not leaders. We are not all leaders, and we are all leaders. So you have been put in that position of leadership, and you don't know what to do with this leadership. All you know is the salary that you are getting and chosen people around. The best school for respect is children and marriage. But we are young now, we're not talking about marriage. Children, they want to be respected, and if you want respect from them, you must respect them first. By telling them when you are from church, they know the route from church to home or from school to home. And then you're deciding to go past your friend, or you must tell them. Otherwise, they're going to ask you, where are we going? Do you want to be in a car where you are not told where people are going? You don't. So that's leadership.
Yeah.
You are not saying, can I go there? But at the same time, you are considering them. You know? And to a point that they can say, oh, mommy, I'm so tired. I know when you get to Pick and Pay, you're going to meet your friends and talk forever. Can you please take me home first? That's consideration. Am I wrong? No. Then that's how it is at work, in teams. That's why you'll find other organizations, they've got a flexi time. In Joburg, there are no meetings that start at 8 because the lifestyle in Joburg doesn't allow anyone in management to be at work at 8 o'clock. The people that take kids to school, it's women. And you will not find women at 8 o'clock in the office. That's emotional intelligence. Now you want these people to do what you want. You want to deliver to Jacob's room, and you treat people right. Get to know what you're doing. Okay, we're coming to an end now. Being a female in a male-dominated environment. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Who's married here? Mr. William? For you, it's not going to be so practical. When you are a young woman, got this boyfriend of yours, you're swinging, you're on top, and you know, and he proposes marriage, and you say, damn, yeah, the one, yeah, I'll get chosen. Ah, him, I'm chosen. Yes, ma'am. You know? So, you are there, you buy the rings, you have the wedding, and the wedding is a milestone, it's not the destination. When marriage starts, then you are in a male-dominated environment, kinda. What I'm trying to say is, any environment is difficult. The ocean is coming against you, and you are the only one. And remember, tenacity. Okay? You're not going to be a Mickey and be crying, these people are not listening to me. Pull on your leadership skills if you want to be a leader. Work on it. Find a way. You're going to get there. When you get married to all these people. Not your honeymoon boyfriend. Yes. They give you a name in our culture. They make you wear long skirts. They make you put a duke. You are just in a male-dominated environment. Do you see what I'm trying to say? You are in an environment, your tabawo, my mother-in-law, my bawazala, my uncle of my uncle, and for example, I am divorced, but I have a bereavement. My ex-husband's father has passed away. I'm expected there because I'm married to those people. If he doesn't want me, the bulk of people want me. It's working now the other way. But when I got there, they were swimming against me. They still are, but it's different. So swim. Tell yourself, I'm defying the odds. It's odd. Anything is odd. Anything is odd. You get married, I'm making that example because all women want to marry, I don't know about men. They want to get married. So I'm trying to give you a situation that looks rosy. And then when you get there, it is rosy, but those roses are on thorns. Then you have to pick them. It's no longer rosy. But now you are close and you can see, in fact, these roses are sitting on thorns. Okay, So I want them. How do I get them from those thorns? Am I right? You still want them. You say, oh, I didn't know that they were sitting on thorns, my darling. That's life. So I'm saying this because I'm coming with 15 years of experience in the building industry. And I've worked for a building contractor. I've worked for a consulting company. I have owned a company. So I've sat on both sides. And I'm as good as. I'm an expert. That is it. But you know what I lack? It's a political inclination. That's what makes me struggle. I know my thing, but I'm not politically inclined. So no one is gonna get anything from me, so no one wants to go on me. No matter how much I know what I'm doing. That's life. But you're not gonna go and say, hey, me. Then you call upon your God. You say, God, this is the time for you to showcase. There's always a plan. Okay. You make a plan before you need it. You make friends before you need them. You can't have a plan now in a situation. You call upon God, having not called him because you pray to him every day. When you are in a situation, it's not always easy to say, oh God, please, and go to the bathroom. It's like, we are in a problem. So, but the investment that you've got, the praying and the relationship that you have from God, God stands for you. So you got to have a plan. If you're not politically inclined, what are you standing by? You can decide on your plan. So if you sit around and discuss the vision with your team and give them roles in achieving the vision, identify where they are strong and where they are weak. Know that Sia likes to brag around. He likes to drive that branded car. He likes to carry on that diary, and on the networking events, he goes there and he carries his business cards. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. So you have to point out all the good, that this one is good at this one is good at this. If they might not like to talk, but probably they're good at writing. So there's something that someone is good at. Don't place people in positions. For example, I'm a lady. I don't like sight. You know the sight? Yeah. Where there's dust. Yeah. I don't like sight. I remember the first time I was working for this construction company, there was a site handover. I was half of my size then. I was wearing so high tops. You know, and it was a site handover. When it's a site handover, you get into the dust, you get into the ground, you get to show this is where this is supposed to be. They open the place. And where was I with those heels? Yes, man. On the ground, in the dust. And these men are wearing their boots and they are going like this, you know. So I can take that because it's only for a short while. Don't punish me and say, you're gonna do it. You're not gonna get anything from me. Another example, this lady is a police lady. She works City of Cape Town something. She's saying to me, you know what, Sis Lungi? I always tell my boss, I don't want to go and run after the thieves in the township. Give that to so-and-so, because I'm not going to find them. I don't want to do that. Then the girl is Skoli. They call them Skoli in Cape Town. If you won't find anything, I'm not going to catch a single one. Don't take me there. I'm not dictating to you, but you're not going to get anything from me. You can give me my work, and their work, I'll do it in the office. So that's emotional intelligence. Now, the boss thing comes in. If you're a boss and you've got an attitude, you'll have a bunch of people that have good skills that are wasted because you are not affiliated. Then you give people ownership. You give people responsibilities. Then they will be part of the vision. And you delegate. You trust them. Everyone, if you're given something and you're trusted, You don't want to fail that person. Oh, you've been given an opportunity, then you want to do it. But if you don't give people opportunities, if you don't give them leadership within this leadership, then you are not growing any leaders. You're going to be the leader, and there's going to be a gap, and there won't be leaders. Okay, we're done now. Lastly, in that environment, of that male-dominated environment, what works? It's an attitude. You got to work a way, have a relationship, even if it's with one person. Then, when you have a relationship with that one man who understands you, who wants to do what you want, you've got something on your side. Don't look at them and say, because you're not going to achieve anything. And make time. Be prepared to get into areas that you have not been designated to. We get appointed as project managers, and then the client will appoint a principal agent. But if a principal agent is failing, I must step in because I've got that capacity, because it's affecting the project. It's not helping for me to say, oh, they were appointed, they're getting the business. It's not helping. Whatever good work that I'm doing and progress is being affected by them. So that's affiliated. That's why you have to have the expertise in your area. You make friends as much as you can, and you respect them. That you are in leadership, respect is earned. As I said with the kids, you earn respect, you don't command it, you don't put instructions. People will respect you because you respect them. People will respect you because you're showing interest in them. You see something good out of them. If they are not performing, you call them to a side, or you go to their offices, or you let them come to your office and discuss. You know, when it's you and him, things are different when he is in a crowd. Try that. When it's a mob, there's something called a mob spirit. But when you are together, you put sense into him. You say, you know what? The client is complaining. You are not meeting your goals. As a result, he's not spending, he's in trouble with top management. You give him a bigger perspective than that attitude that I'm a man, I'm going to put you in your place. You're achieving nothing, both of you, and you're affecting the project. You make friends with them. You go beyond what you have been given to do, because what you have been given, it's making you to stand here. You can't progress because the other party is not coming to the party. So those interpersonal skills are very important. And again, you must know your story. If you don't know what you are talking about, they will howl at you. I'm sorry. Men in that meeting, sharing it, making demands and rules, they will howl at you. They will not do what you want them to do. Because you are not involving them. You do not want to work towards them coming to the party. They will help you. But what has helped me, because it's a very harsh thing. What I taught myself is I must know what I'm doing. And the benefit of those people who are not accepting you, it makes you to want to learn more. It pushes you to equip yourself. Then when they do that, you write him a letter and tell him, and according to the clause, and this and that. You send it to him, it's the two of you. But if you don't know your story, you're going to be shouting, you know what, Sean, I'm done with you. You keep quiet, you do what you know best, what you've been employed for, because he wants to pop the bubble out of you. Who are you? You've been here. You can do project management. Why are you here? How did you get this job? You will get that. There's sexual harassment from the client, from the colleagues. So those are the things, but it's not because it's construction. You know that sexual harassment is everywhere. So you pull on your guns, you pull on your investment where you have invested. In closing, I want to encourage you. As I said, I was 22 years old when I graduated my honors in psychology. I never knew that one day I would be here presenting to my fellow colleagues. It's quite an opportunity, and I'm taking it serious. I've given you my cards. Unfortunately, I couldn't give you all. I'm available on email. Anything that you want to ask me, if I something that I do not know, I'll refer you. Call me, email me. I'm very bad with calls. SMS or call, or sorry, send an email. You are in a difficult time. There's so much pressure that you have to deal with besides your books. So you need support. You make people before you need them. You make a plan before you want to make a plan. Because you say, okay, I'm in trouble, what's plan B? You pull plan B, you don't prepare plan B now. You pull on. So life can change spontaneously in a wink of an eye. Things can be good, and in a wink of an eye, things change. I got married at 23. I was doing my master's degree. I couldn't even finish the proposal. A young man came to snatch me. I was so beautiful. I was very beautiful. I was young, ready for the world, to devour the world, to show them what I am and who I am and what I'm capable of. I was ready. I was wearing a size 32.
Yes, ma'am.
I was beautiful. I was brilliant. I was very clever. A young man came. He couldn't promise me. It only took him 10 months to propose marriage. At that time, I was doing my master's degree. I was trying, in fact, to do my master's. I was struggling with my proposal. And then he came, and you know how women are? When the man comes along, what do? You drop everything down, you follow the roses. Okay. Now, went well, got married, it's nice, this and that, you know. And default profession, when you come, at that time, when you come out of university, I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. But because there were no loans of that time, that's why I'm putting myself out there for you. I went to teaching because that was the position that I was there. My aunt, my mom's sister, knew someone who was somewhere, you know what I'm saying, who was a teacher or a school that she was teaching at, there's a position or someone who's on maternity leave. There were no Lungis, there were no Dr. Willis at that time. And then I went to teaching. And I lost my vision of being a clinical psychologist. Worse, because I got a man. Probably if that young man was not there, I could have probably exercised something. But the man with the roses, he really confused me. I didn't even think. I jumped and said yes. That was in 1993. I was 23 or 24. And after 6 years of teaching, in fact, we started this construction company. I'm closing now, and I'm encouraging you, and I'm equipping you for the future. What is happening out there? These are the books, and I was trying to bring to you the reality of what is happening out there, what you need to have. And I believe in an environment like this, you need more because it's open, and there's nothing wrong with what one says. There are no marks, but I guess any project or assignment that we have to do on this, I'll be disappointed if you don't do well. Because you can be asked for a test now, and I think everyone will do well. That's my aim. So I got married, and then we opened a construction company in 1995. And it was that time, 1994, it was post-political, whatever, and there were opportunities. And my husband got the first contract of renovating his school, and it was so rapid. We were such a good team together. He's a politician, he's out there, and I'm an administrator. So it worked so well. He would go out there, lobby, bring the business, and I would do the business, you know, and things were going nicely. But before that, I was working from home, I was managing the finances. I was still teaching at that time. And study now what we're doing. So the honors in psychology and my dream of a clinical psychology, I left them. I think I left them even when I left my master's degree. So there was no chance of them, and I had forgotten about them. I was establishing myself now in this one. So I left my kids. I had 2 babies. They were very young. I think they are a year apart. So they were 12 and 18 months, very young. They were still on the bottle and on the nappies. I left, I went to NMMU today, then it was Tech, 1999. I left teaching, I resigned, and I was going out there to come and make a Patrick Motsepe foundation, you know, come back and do a bomb. And I made it. I made it. I was so clever. I was scooping all the awards. Men wanted to eat me. I was passing. I didn't even see them, black and white, young and old. I was, and people were saying, my husband saying, yo, my wife is passing, yo. You know, he was bragging around that my wife is doing so well, as if I didn't waste my money. It was such a beautiful dream, if you can imagine it. You know, we were growing up. I actually turned 30 when I was in PE. So I was far young. And we had this dream, and I was supposed to come back, you know, put muscle and value to what we were doing, because he had the skill, because his father was a builder. So he was coming with this from home, and he was politically and a man, so he could do the other things. Then I brought on knowledge. Do you understand? So we had a good thing, we had a bomb. Now, I went to school to get the qualification, to come back and expand, you know, make those business profiles and those business and presentations. And when I came back, in fact, even before I came back, my husband was not interested in me. He didn't want me. He didn't want me. I'm saying to you, life can change in the wink of an eye, but it's not the end of the world. Can you put yourself in that position? You come back with those big pots, you know what? And I had such good grades. I mean, everybody was talking about me, you know, so good. And he was not interested in my qualifications, he didn't want me. And I was crying, yo, what am I gonna do now? We had a dream. I wanted to kill myself. I promise you, telling you the truth of the truth. And my pastor, Pastor Papa, was in PE at that time. God bless that soul. He said to me, whoa, come. Let's not talk about your husband, because he's not here. I don't know him. But I know you as a pastor from afar. I'm closer now. I'm hearing you. Let's decode what you are saying. You're saying you are disappointed because the partner that you had in this dream is no longer interested in the dream. How can you do that to me? Why wouldn't he do that to you? Because did you put him in a kist? Because men do that. That's what he told me. How could he pregnant another woman when I've given you? So, did you put him in a kist? No. Did you save him somewhere? No. So, what do we do? There's only 2 choices here. And this consultation is going to end now. When we come back, you must tell me what you have decided. I was doing my 3rd year. Wow. And he said, your partner has left you. He's not interested in the dream. You either continue with the dream and make it your dream, or you abandon the dream. There are not many choices, and we're not going to cry forever here. Life must continue. You either continue with the dream, Or if it's not tasteful because he's not there, you leave it. And what did I do? I went on with the dream. It was not easy. But we got divorced in 2007, and I started the consultancy in 2009. And I'm here today, speaking to you. I don't have scars. I'm healthy, because God is for everyone. And you pull on those strengths, those competences. And you have people around you, you've got the church, and you've got your qualifications, you've got the knowledge, you've got the skill, you've got the attitude, you move on. So anything, it might not be of this nature. There's something that can happen that can put you off your plans. But you just cross-check, look at the rear mirror, and do what? And go forward. Okay, thank you very much.